You know, you can use some powerful magical tools to help you overcome people-pleasing behavior and setting boundaries. Hey everybody, I'm Amelia Rebecca, and on this channel, I help you embody your confidence, reclaim your beauty, own your power. I also share some witchy tips and so much more. All right, so let's talk about what magical tools you can use to really amp up the potency of your intentions, to setting boundaries and overcoming those people-pleasing tendencies. So in my last video, I talked all about people-pleasing behavior, and we got really real in that one about how to set those boundaries with your external actions. But because it's, not the most comfortable thing to start doing, especially if you're really used to keeping yourself small to make other people feel more comfortable, I think it's really nice to add some magical elements to your intentions that you're setting as such a supportive way, because a lot of times when we're making transformations in our lives and setting on a path of expansion and growth, it's easy to feel like we're alone. So it's really nice to add in these magical tools to really help you feel supported and add some potency to your intentions. I want to start with rosemary because it is such a powerful tool for protection, mental clarity, boosting your confidence, and connecting to your heart in that it reminds you what is near and dear to you. So if you have trouble discerning what is good for you and what's not in terms of relationships, who you want to keep around, who you want to create some distance with, who you need to say no to and really set those boundaries, rosemary is really going to be great for helping you get clear on those things, as well as give you the courage to set those boundaries while also protecting you from any backlash or negative vibes that come your way, because you're ready to own your power and stop making yourself so small. And you can use it in its herbal form you can actually incorporate it in your food and set that intention that it's gonna help you in those ways. You can burn it and just use the smoke to sort of cleanse your energy, cleanse your physical space, or you can use it as an essential oil and add it to a carrier oil and anoint yourself through ritual in that way, like anointing all your different chakra points, especially your solar plexus, which is where our willpower, our confidence, and boundary setting really comes from. And essential oils in general are some of my favorite ways to incorporate magical elements and intention setting. I think that the scent is so powerful. The medicinal properties and magical elements of the actual thing that's being distilled into the oil form is super potent. And when you're working with them, I just wanted to exercise some caution because essential oils are extremely powerful. So you definitely need to dilute them with a carrier oil and look up what the safety regulations are before you apply them topically to your skin. And as I mentioned before, I really like using them to anoint myself, anoint different chakra points, anoint different energy centers, anoint just my wrists or where I'm feeling I need that little extra boost. You can also use them to anoint any candle spells that you're doing, adding them to salt that you can use as a scrub when you're showering or bathing. You can just use them to inhale while you're meditating, things like that. There's many different ways that you can use them. So for boundary setting and overcoming people-pleasing behavior, some of my favorite oils to work with are angelica root. Angelica root is so powerful because it's actually connected to Archangel Michael, who is the Archangel of Protection. He also helps you in cord cutting. It really helps you dispel any fears and anxieties, own the decisions that you're making. It enhances your resilience, and it also is just really great for fortifying your boundaries. Black pepper is another oil that I really love, and I also just love the way that it smells, but it connects to Mars energy. So it helps us embody that warrior vibe. It also increases our sense of courage. It reignites our inner fire, and it really helps us handle conflict. So if you were to set boundaries and you experience some tension, it will dispel any fears that you have around that and really own your power when you are setting those boundaries. Frankincense is another one that you might not even expect to be included in this category, but it is really good for reminding us of our royalty. So if you have been in situations where you really do shrink yourself and bend yourself to make other people feel comfortable, or maybe you let people walk all over you, frankincense will help remind you of how powerful and sacred you are as a being and as a human. And I really love working with this one, especially on my solar plexus. So if I'm dealing with any insecurities or I haven't been connected to my power, it really helps connect me to that sense of royalty and sovereignty, and I really recommend it. Another oil I really love to work with is sweet orange, and I will just say with citrus oils, you definitely want to be careful if you're going to be using them topically. So those need to be diluted like a lot. But anyway, I love sweet orange because it's all about peace and happiness, and it's a heart opener. It helps harmonize relationships. So in relationships that you really care about maintaining, but you need to set some boundaries, we'll just add a little bit more harmony and peace to those situations. Some other magical tools that you can work with are crystals. You know I love a crystal. And one of my favorite ones to work with this particular topic is pyrite. Pyrite is so powerful for strengthening your boundaries, connects you with your confidence, it reminds you of your power, it connects with the energy of the sun. So it really just energizes that sense of confidence and power within yourself, and it also acts as an energetic shield. So if you have any negativity coming your way, it just blocks that out. It also helps repair any holes in the aura, which can tend to happen if you do waver on your boundaries and give your power away to people. So it will kind of help fill those holes in and protect you. I also really love working with yellow apatite. Yellow apatite is another stone that connects to your solar plexus, and it is really good for helping you own your power and be more assertive. It's such an empowering stone. So when you do need to, put on your bossy pants, that one is going to be really supportive to that. Another one that I love for this is black tourmaline, and I know I've talked about black tourmaline before, but in this particular area, I love it because it has lithium content in it. So when you are in a situation where you're dealing with conflict or confrontation or just needing to be more assertive, it just has that soothing quality that will help support your nervous system, and it also transmutes any negative energy into positive. So it's a really supportive tool for this. Another stone I like to work with is amazonite. So amazonite connects to our throat, but it also connects to our solar plexus. It brings in harmony to relationships and to conversations, and it helps us connect to our truth, be more discerning in our truth, and deliver what we need to say with confidence, clarity, and an element of compassion. Some ways you can work with stones is by wearing them. So I love keeping stones on me. I have a lot of jewelry that have stones in them. Actually, this bracelet has tourmaline and pyrite together. So those are some of the stones that I talked about already. But yeah, keeping them on you in your pocket, in your bra, in your bag, keeping them on your bedside table, on your desk, in work environments, especially if that's a place where you need to set some boundaries. It's good to have them around you, supporting you in those conversations. You can also meditate with them. You can incorporate them into candle spells, use them with your essential oils, layer the magical elements together for a really potent, magical, supportive tool. Candle magic is one of my favorite ways to incorporate ritual and magic into my intention setting. And when it comes to setting boundaries and overcoming people-pleasing behavior, Some really great colors of candles to work with are yellow. So yellow is super supportive of the solar plexus. It connects to the energy of the sun. If you need a little bit more confidence and a little bit more assertiveness, especially when you're setting boundaries or need to have those conversations that can be difficult, yellow is a really great one for that. I also really love working with blue candles. Blue is super supportive of the throat. It helps us with harmonious conversation, overcoming conflict, speaking our truth, and delivering the messages that we need to deliver with compassion and grace. It also helps us with clarity and discernment. If you need some help with that, blue is a really good one to work with. I also really like working with pink. Pink is a really great one for bringing in friendship and harmony to relationships, calling in new friendships that are supportive of where you're going in your life. If you have moved out some, set some boundaries around relationships and you've cut some off that aren't in alignment with you, pink is a really good one if you have intentions for calling in new energy that are moving in the direction that you're moving in your life. And I also really like working with white candles in this realm, even though I think white is pretty universal. It's very purifying. It brings in a lot of light and positivity and just clear, beautiful, high vibrational energy. But it's also really great if you are somebody that was drawn to frankincense, like I had mentioned before, and you have been in a position to let yourself be walked all over, and you want to remind yourself of your royalty, of your sacredness, of your divinity, white is a really great one to use. And then you can also incorporate frankincense oil and dress your candle with that. Which brings me to increasing the potency of your candle rituals. So I really, like I said, I love working with the essential oils and choosing an oil I mentioned previously, or if you feel drawn to another type of oil that I hadn't mentioned. I mean, there's so many that can support this intention or any intention that you have, and dressing your candle with it. I also really love incorporating the crystals and surrounding my candle with the crystals. But another way that I like to increase the potency of candle magic is by choosing the day that I'm lighting the candle. So let's say I'm really drawn to the yellow candle. I want to boost my confidence. I want to be more assertive. I want to connect to the energy of the sun. I will light that candle on a Sunday so that it has that energy of the sun that's sort of infusing my ritual. And I might also put the angelica oil around it, because angelica oil is also really connected to the sun. And I might also incorporate pyrite. That would be such a powerful, potent ritual to work with if that was my intention. Another magical element that you can work with is the power of visualization. So I actually think this is one of the most powerful ones to work with. And one way that I like to work with visualization is, let's say I'm in a situation where I know that I need to set some boundaries, but I'm not quite ready yet. But I want to protect my energy, and I don't really want anybody coming at me. I don't want anybody challenging my energy. I will imagine that there is chainmail in front of my body, especially over my solar plexus. So as somebody who's really sensitive energetically to other people, my solar plexus is a really vulnerable place to take in other people's energy. And when I'm in that space where I'm susceptible to that, imagining that there is chainmail in front of that area on my body is such a powerful protective tool. It makes me feel a little bit more at ease. Another thing that you can do when you're really ready to have those conversations and set those boundaries or say no, and you need that boost in expressing yourself and setting those boundaries verbally, is by imagining that there is a golden light in your solar plexus, and that light begins to grow and shine, and it reminds you of your power, and it reminds you that it's safe to take up space in the world. That is one that I play with a lot of the time, reminding myself of my power, is super important, and working with that golden ball of light is such a great way to do that. Another visualization that I like to work with is imagining that I'm wearing a suit made out of diamonds. So this is when I'm really feeling like I'm ready to be visible, I'm ready to be seen, I'm ready to shine my energy out into the world, but I don't want to deal with anybody that might feel some type of way about this. Like if I'm taking up more space and it's somebody that's used to me being a lot smaller for their benefit, or they're comfortable with me not taking up space, but I don't really want anything to do with that. This diamond suit is such a great way to allow yourself to be visible on your own terms and not have to deal with anybody's energy, because you really don't have to. You can also use your voice as a magical, powerful tool to set these intentions. And I totally believe in the power of our word. I think that speaking our intentions is a really powerful spell that you can work with. So I think when you're ready to set some boundaries, or you're reclaiming your power from situations where you've given your energy away, you've given your power away, you don't necessarily even need to have a conversation directly with that person or address things in that situation. You can simply call your energy back, call your power back. I do this really often when I find myself in a position where I'm feeling really depleted because I have given my power away. I haven't honored my truth around saying no to certain situations or setting boundaries to things that I knew I should have. So I find that it really takes a toll on my physical well-being, and just those words, I call all of my energy back to me, I call all of my power back to me, is so powerful, recharging and rejuvenating your own energy to reclaim your power and be able to set boundaries from an energetic perspective. Now, imagine speaking those words while you're holding your candle like a microphone, using your essential oils on yourself or on your candle, holding a crystal, and doing that all in alignment with a particular day that suits the intention that you're setting. You have just created such a powerful ritual that supports the intention of setting better boundaries, owning your power, and not being a people pleaser anymore. All right, so that's gonna be it for today, guys. I really hope these tools are helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you've incorporated any of these suggestions or done any rituals to help you set better boundaries. And if you enjoyed this video, it would really mean a lot to me if you would like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.